Hey everybody, it's my turn. It's really me, Papa Dan. Caleb's at school, that's why. Hey, I just wanted to come at you and give you a update on my 1954 diorama that I'm doing, along with a couple of other things, but we'll get to those later. So let me spin the camera around. I won't waste any time, because I know there's a lot of good videos out there. Everybody's putting up videos, so I won't waste your time. We'll get right to it, alrighty? Let me spin it around here. So if you remember, or maybe if this is the first time you've seen it or heard about it, I am doing this diorama from a picture that my brother took of a 1954 that he just came across when he was out walking through the woods. And he has since gone back, because I asked him to go back and see if he could get any more pictures for me and get some, like the side of the building, the top of the building, that kind of stuff, see if I could get some more detail. And when he went back just last week, he said if you did not know that that truck was there, you'd never see it. All of these vines through here have now gotten so overgrown, and of course everything's in bloom right now, that you can't even see the truck. He said the only thing that you can see, and that's, again, like I said, only if you know it's there, is this front headlight right here. He said that's the only thing that's showing. So other than that, he said it is just completely overgrown to where you can't even see it. So alrighty, let's take a look and see where I'm at with it here. This is what I've got so far. I've got the front of the building done, and if you want to compare it to the picture there, I kind of got it standing up there. I still got to weather it yet, because if you can tell by the picture, it's kind of gray. All the wood on it is kind of gray. So this is what I'm going to be doing to it, just to kind of show you here. That's what I've come up with for the weathering to get it the gray look. And that's what it's gonna be like. But I've got the detail from the window here. I think I did a pretty good job getting that about the same, and the detail of the boards here underneath, if you want to call that a window or just hole in the wall, whatever. But there's the comparison of that. And the truck is just about where it is in the picture. It may have to go back a little bit further, but that's about where it's going to be. So let me I'll get this stuff out of the way here. And as far as well, I'll get more into detail here in a minute about what happened here. But as you can see, the truck, as far as the rusting goes on the truck, it looks more black in the picture. So that's kind of what I'm going with a little bit, at least as far as the front goes. But the rusting on the grill, I pretty much got that the way it is in the picture here. And the rusting on, underneath the light here compared to what it is in the picture. I'm trying to get it as close as possible anyways, because I really like this picture. So let me pull the truck out and I'll give you more of the details on the truck. It's just all mocked up right now, so it may come apart on me here when I move it. Let me turn this other light on, see if that makes any difference here in the picture. So what happened with the truck up here on that front fender and right across the front, I was using the hairspray technique that Chris Chapman had showed us on his rusting tutorials. And I think what happened is I sprayed everything black, and then I sprayed the red over it. I went back to do my chipping, and it's been probably a little over a week since I was able to get to it. But I think what happened is my hairspray didn't really stick right here, because it seems to be, well, I only tried those two places, and then I stopped because I didn't want to completely mess everything up. But what I think happened is the hairspray just kind of ran off, and I didn't make sure that I had a good coating of hairspray on there, because when I went to do my chipping, it just went right down to the plastic. Because if you look at the top where it was flat, I mean, it did exactly what it was supposed to do up there, other than that one little tiny spot right there. But you know, on the roof there, it came out really good, and you know, I'm real pleased with that. So what I did, just so that I didn't lose any more time on it, because I've got a couple more things that I want to get started on, which I'll tell you about here in just a minute. So what I did is I just went through, and the black that you're seeing on it now, other than what's on the roof, I just sponged that on instead of doing the chipping, because I was afraid, I didn't know where, you know, the hairspray would have stuck and where it didn't stick. So I didn't want to take it all the way down to bare plastic everywhere. So I just kind of made a judgment call, and I went with the sponging technique. There's the bed, and then here's the side panels that'll go on the bed of the truck. I got those done. So actually I'm pretty much down to getting the truck assembled. I got to finish up some details on the interior yet, but I'll show you how the engine came out here. That's my first wiring attempt on an engine, and I think it came out pretty good. I'm happy with it for my first attempt. So I'll pick it up and I'll show you the bottom here, because once I get this into the diorama with all those weeds coming down over it and everything, I won't be able to really pick it up and show it to you. But here's the chassis. Got everything good and weathered, rusted up. I still got to put the headlights on the grill yet. And I'll show you the bottom side of it here. So that's where we're at with the 50 Ford. I get the interior done, and then it's just a matter of putting things together and then getting back to the diorama, getting the other three sides and the roof done, and getting the vines all put on it and everything, getting it weathered. So hopefully it won't take me too long, and the next video will be a final. Let you guys see how it came out. So let me flip the camera back over here. Alrighty, let me get in frame here. Alright, what's going on? Got too much stuff out. Okay, what I wanted to touch base with everybody on is I've not done a group build yet. I've just kind of been watching a lot of the group builds, and I've really been enjoying them. And Cliff, Roadhog, he put out a video that he's doing a cancer awareness, and that one really touched me. I lost my dad to cancer quite a few years ago, and I lost my grandmother to cancer. So if you remember, I'm going to kind of tie a bunch of things all in together here. If you remember going all the way back to one of my first couple of videos that I did, I showed you guys I had started a collection of cars that I have owned, one-to-one cars that I have owned, and I'm trying to collect all the different cars that I've had, and I'm going to build them exactly the way they were when I owned them. So tying this into Cliff's build, to his cancer awareness, I am going to be building the 1970 Chevy Impala. This was my first car that I ever owned. Well, technically I had a 69, but I've never been able to find a 69, and the 70 is real close to as far as body style. So this is my first car. It came from my grandmother, who I lost to cancer. And so there's one connection. And then, like I said, I lost my dad. So there's the other connection. But I've been thinking what I'm going to do for my next build, since I'm getting kind of close to the end on the diorama here. And I've done 3 dioramas in a row, and I really enjoy doing the dioramas, and I'll definitely be doing more of them. But this next build, I just wanted to do just a car, and I was thinking about doing one of the cars that I've owned. So when Cliff came up with his video, I said, bingo, there it is. That's the one I'm going to do. So this is the car I'm going to be doing next. And Cliff, I'm in on your group build, buddy. So that's going to be more along the lines, obviously not that color, but I'll get more into how I'm going to build it, because again, going back to my first video when I was showing you, or one of my first videos, when I was showing you guys all these cars that I was collecting, I said each car is going to have a bit of a story behind it. And the story behind this one is, well, I'll give it to you when we start to build it. But you gotta keep in mind, I was a 16-year-old kid with his first car, and my parents were gone on a camping trip with the rest of the family. They left me home alone, Well, one of my buddies was staying with me. And for right now, let's just say we had some fun with the car. But you'll get to see what the car was like, because that's the way I'm going to build it. So anyways, hey, I want to thank everybody for all the great comments that you all left on the last couple of Caleb's videos. He really gets a kick out of reading all these comments. And when I type on there, you know, certain things that Caleb has said, I mean, that's really Caleb saying it, because he's reading the comments with me, or I'm reading them to him, and he really gets a kick out of it. And I'd like to ask you guys a favor, and it's only if you're comfortable doing it. He has asked me, you know, where people are at, you know, where they live, and things like that. So I've showed him on a map where I know where a couple of you live, and I've showed him on a map, you know, where it is. And he got a comment one time from Benny Mack, and so I showed him all the way across the big pond where he lives. And Caleb just thinks that is really cool, that people from, you know, all these different places are watching his video. So when you comment, if you wouldn't mind, could you maybe just say the state that you're from? I mean, I'm not asking for an address or anything like that, but if you don't mind, just maybe a state where you're from, and then we're going to start a little pin map for Caleb, and every time somebody comments from someplace, we're going to put a pin in that map so that he knows where everybody's at. So anyways, that, like I said, just if you want to, if you feel comfortable with doing that. So that's about it from Papa Dan's workshop, and maybe I'll have another video up here in the next couple of days. We'll see how far I can get with this one, and then we'll put up the start of the 1970 69/70 Chevy Impala. Alrighty, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for all my subscribers, and thanks again for commenting on Caleb's videos. I can't say enough how much he really enjoys that. So thanks again, everybody, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye.